I am going to give you guys some of the best secrets that I even know, right? And we're going to do that today, and I hope it helps you guys. All right, now, very important. You cannot outsource your goals. These are your goals. This is your business. Nobody can set your goals for you. This is your business. This is the number one biggest mistake that I see related to social media, website, SEO, all the digital stuff. I don't know what I'm doing it nearly as much as this 23-year-old geek, right? I'm gonna let the 23-year-old geek set my business goals? You gotta be kidding me. He can't make his own cereal and wash his bowl, man. He may know how to post on Facebook. That is true. He may know all about Google Analytics. That is probably true. But he or she does not know how to run a business. That's insanity. Please, people, you set your goals. It is that person's job to execute your goals. Man, I'll sit here, I'll say that over and over until everybody gets that one, all right? It's ridiculous, right? Why would you let that person set your business goals? You set the goals. All right, now, when goal setting, some of you may be familiar with what they call SMART goals, right? This is great. If you are not familiar with SMART goals, this is a slide you're going to want to pay attention to. This will change your life. This isn't social media. This isn't web. This is everything you ever set a goal for, personal, business, otherwise, right? Be as specific as possible. Make it measurable, right? Make it achievable. I want to have 10 million followers tomorrow, right? That's not achievable. That's a stupid goal because it's not smart. Make it relevant. You know, I want to sing on stage for American Idol, but I'm a fence company. That's not relevant, right? So, make it relevant. It's simple. And time-bound. You got to set a timetable. You can't measure something. You can't hold anybody accountable, including yourself, if you don't have a timetable on it, right? You do this in your life for all the goals you set, you will achieve more goals in your life. So SMART goals go way beyond social media. So set SMART goals, right? Make sure you know what your goal is. Clearly communicate it, because how many of y'all know that if you get off to a good start, you usually get a better finish, right? You shortcut the start, you rarely finish in the good place, all right? Now, after you get your goals, now we start talking about how we get there. Now this is where the geek comes in. I want to expand our commercial division. You guys might want to be looking hard towards LinkedIn. Are you gonna jam everything on Facebook and ignore the rest of the social channels? Maybe. Are you going to jam everything on YouTube and ignore the rest? Are you just going to post the same thing on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter? And you go just take the same thing, just spread it everywhere, just go throw all up over the internet, right? Is that what you're going to do? That's a bad strategy. Although that's the one that I see. That's the one I see because I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do a lot of something. Right? Some people know what I'm saying, right? So that's what happened. We don't know. And because we don't know, because of that lack of confidence, we're like, something is better than nothing. And then that means more something must be even better than that. And that's not necessarily true either. In fact, it is counterproductive. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. But that's where you need to lean on experts. So make sure they're an expert. You hire your friend's 15-year-old son because he knows Facebook. This hurts you. It may feel like it's helping, but it hurts you because it sets you back from actually getting serious about achieving your goal, right? And by the time you come back around to it, because you're busy, season's gonna be coming up, you're gonna be busy all spring, all summer, pump the fence out, then it comes late, winter's coming up, now you finally get a chance to look at it, you'd be like, oh, there's a surprise, that didn't work. We knew that beforehand, right? So don't waste the time, man, right? I'm getting older. I look at things differently now. Man, when I was in my 30s, early 40s, I don't know, wasting time didn't feel like as big a deal, I guess. I'll only try that and I'll say, next year we'll take another stab at it. Dude, next year's have been piling up. My butt wants to float in a pool at some point, right? Don't waste your time. All right, who's gonna get you there? You? No. Not you, you're managing, right? Spouse, friend, relative, are they qualified to do that? Somebody who's already off in your office and field, that's a great person. Somebody who already knows your business and cares about your business and has proven that they're trustworthy, that's somebody who could be like a front person. If they have the skills to do all this stuff, then go do it. Let them do all this stuff. But even if they don't have all the skills, they could get training. They could be the interface person between an agency and your company that everybody holds each other accountable because they're available and they're interested and they care and they know you. And it all comes out in your voice, not in the agency's voice that's sitting 5 states away in a different time zone and a whole different weather pattern, right? Like that somebody in your 4 walls is the interface between your company and whoever you may hire, right? That's a good way to go. But if they have the skills themselves, maybe they're the ones that execute it. That's wonderful. Hire an agency, all this stuff. So these are all, the who is important. And only you know. Some of you have somebody already that's pretty good, or maybe excellent, some of you don't. So your who's are gonna be different, but make sure you know. What's it gonna take to get there? Listen, this is kind of self-explanatory, but I just want to blow through it real fast. If you're going through like a rebranding, man, my logo is old and busted, right? My dad started this fence company 40 years ago, and I'm pretty sure he just used word art, and we're still using that same logo. Update the brand, right? Update everything. You're getting new truck wraps. Please get that handled before you start shooting video. You just wasted your time. Every photo, every video that includes the truck, the t-shirts, the signage on it, you just wasted all of that, right? So handle your branding first if you're going to be handling your branding. Moving and update, this is a big one. So this usually when one thing changes, that's what causes you to think of other things. Hey, we had a great year. We expanded. We added a 5th crew. We whatever it is. And so we're expanding. We're moving our services. We're moving from a 2-acre facility to a 5-acre, whatever your thing is. And that's on the way. That's happening. That usually is when people start thinking about their website and their social media too. Now that we're going through all these changes, it's all of a sudden making me think about all these other things that we need to change and improve too. But again, make sure that you handle things in the right order, because if you get a lot of photos and a lot of videos of the old facility, it may not work out so well. So just handle things in the right order. The big project one, so let this be a trigger to you guys. I don't know where y'all are. Maybe some of you guys are already killing it on social media. Maybe some of you guys aren't doing anything. You're all in different places. But this is one that has come up a few times this year, where one of the companies we're working with got a great project, man, multi-million-dollar, hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever it is, project where they're doing big park, and they're putting in fencing, and they're putting in safety railing, and they're putting in all kinds of different stuff. And this thing is going to be beautiful. Sports netting, maybe, all kinds of stuff that they're doing, right? And so get in front of that, because that project doesn't come around all the time for you guys. If it does, good for you. But but usually those kinds of projects don't come around all the time. So when you see a project coming up that you're like, that is going to be beautiful when it's done, then think about it, let it trigger something in your mind before there, and maybe you start getting a little drone footage and before after photos, right? If you didn't think about it before, you can't go back and get the before when it's now after, right? So you gotta, if you get a great project, let a ding go off in your head. Hey, wait a minute, let's start getting some befores, because we know at the tail end of this, we're gonna really wanna blow this thing up and show this off in all kinds of different ways, social media, website, otherwise. And then seasonal issues, specific events. Well, that actually, I've got some really good stuff at the end, so we're gonna skip that for right now. Budget issues. So everything comes with a budget, right? Get your costs, get your time. This stuff doesn't come for free. It's we're gonna let the girl in the office do this because we can't afford or we don't want to pay for this. You're still paying her. There's still time that she could be doing something else that she's now doing this. So work it out as a legitimate budget item. If you're gonna schedule somebody you already have, schedule it. That's a big secret, right? So we're I expect that Sally is going to handle our social media. How many hours a week? Spell it out. When are those hours gonna be? Or is she going? Or am I giving her before lunch on Wednesdays? I'm giving her a block of 4 hours because I don't want her interrupted 15 times in the middle of it. Or is she going to do 1 hour every day, the last hour of her workday before she goes home? Hour. There's a lot of good ways to organize it, but be specific and hold the line, because if you don't hold the line, guess what's not going to happen? It's not going to happen, right? Hold the line, make sure she's clear on that, or he or she. All right. Obviously, the bigger the goal, the longer it takes. That goes without saying. The more budget constrained you are, the more longer things take, right? If you have proper cash flow and you can pay for the things that you need, things tend to go faster. So just know that if you're strapped with budget, then give a little bit more time on it and you'll get there. These are just some of the lessons that we have learned working with some folks about some strategic items about just even approaching your social media. Now, this is my super strategy. It's cool, right? Yeah. Corny. I live in corny.